OpenAI released ChatGPT plugins a couple months ago, and us developers have yet to receive any love from them as the API has yet to incorporate them. To get to the plugins, you need to have a pro account, and on top of that, if you want to develop them, you need permission from OpenAI. I have developed a to-do list plugin which does something very simple. So let me demonstrate. Add to my to-do list, create a video displaying OpenPlugin. And then what's going to happen is it's going to ping my API and add that to the to-do list. So here it's pinging the API, and eventually you'll get a response saying I've added that to my to-do list. But that's boring. As a to-do app, who cares? You can also use a whole bunch of other, much more interesting plugins. For example, Scholar AI, which is able to reference scholarly articles. So let's try that out. Show me scholarly articles on large language model plugins. Highly doubt there's anything substantial here, but as you'll see, it'll ping that and return something fun, something interesting. And that is how the plugins work. Here's the outcome of that prompt. After all, it is hitting an API, so it might take a second, but it seems like it's going to take an eternity for us abandoned developers to get access to the plugins. Enter OpenPlugin. The way OpenPlugin works is just like the OpenAI chat completion create, except with two minor differences. One, you got to pass in the API key, and two, you got to pass in the plugin name, which in this case we're going to be using a placeholder, which basically pings whatever is on port 3333. And we're just going to tell it to add a new to-do. Add a to-do for uploading the video. Now we run this. We get this result. And in case you don't believe me, here is the list of plugins that exist. There you go. Again, we're dealing with the to-do plugin. That's boring. We want to play with plugins that are actually useful. So let's try to get the Scholar plugin working. So to do that, you just reference the plugins.md on the repository, and here we have basically 60% of the plugins that are publicly available on ChatGPT. And one of them is Scholar AI. So we're going to get that namespace, and we are going to return, enter that here, and we're going to look for show me scholarly articles on turtles. And after 26 long seconds, we finally got our response, and this is basically what's being parsed in the MD. Great, now let's couple this search with something more visually stimulating. So let's basically copy this and bring it down here. And I happen to know of this other plugin that creates images whenever you ask for it to. So it's somewhere like right here, right there, image search. We are gonna take this one, stick it in here, and we're gonna ask it to show me an image of a scholarly turtle. And here we go. Now it generated an image, and if we open this image, we get a urology turtle, whatever that means. That is OpenPlugin. If you're interested in getting early access within the next 2 days, please feel free to join the Discord, which will be somewhere on this video, and otherwise expect for OpenPlugin to be released on the Python package index sometime mid next week. I'm looking forward to meeting y'all, getting your feedback, and pushing OpenPlugin forward.